I'm already free walk. I'm going to the pub afterwards. I will roll home at whatever time. Good.
I've been doing sculpture for about 30 years. Used to be a structural engineer, designing bridges, and in 1980 I decided to give that up, go to art college and get a degree in fine art, thinking I was going to go back to engineering afterwards. Never went back. I got headhunted by a firm of commercial sculptors and ended up doing shop window mannequins, making the clay originals for shop window mannequins. And I did that part-time. Well, I was only going to do it for 2 years, and I ended up doing it for 27 years. And I used to get a new model, a new catwalk model every 6 weeks. We used to do a clay original of her, and the idea was that you made the clay to within that much of any in any direction, and if the model wears clothes well, the mannequin would as well. And then I was also doing my own work part-time, so I spent 3 days a week doing the commercial work and 4 days a week doing my own work. I do all sorts of different things. I do garden sculpture, dance sculpture, erotic sculpture, and this is the latest piece that's a man instead.
Yeah. Is it made? Is it from a mannequin? From
it was from a piece I did about 10 years ago.
Because the head looks. It's. Oh, you're also doing the head.
Yes. The head was done in clay as well.
Whoa. Okay.
So
wow, that's amazing.
The whole thing was made in clay.
Yeah.
And then we make moulds of it.
Yeah.
And then from the moulds I can turn out any number of these, because these are only shells.
Yeah.
So once you've got the mould, then you can turn them out.
Because
it's an interesting piece.
Once the toilet paper is off, you can't put a new one on it. Or can I chop it off? Okay. Okay.
Wait a minute, I'll tell you. It'll come off in a minute. It's got a long thread on it. There we are.
Ah.
So you can change the roll.
Oh, it's a neutral. That's funny. That's cool.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be a humorous piece.
Yeah.
Because men have their uses, even if they don't change the toilet roll.
What's the size of sculptures you usually do? It's like shoebox size, or like this one, life size?
I do from that size to that size.
Yeah.
So from 6 inches up to 6 foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then mainly female models. Yeah.
Mainly female, but occasionally a male. Yeah. Yes. This is for the ladies. So.
What's your preferred material?
Wax, really. I prefer working in wax.
And then later using it in combination with resin, or?
Yes. From the wax, I then make a mould, usually in silicone rubber, and then from that mould I can turn out.
Yeah. Clay, anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I can turn out resins mainly, but if anybody wants one in bronze, I can turn out a bronze. So if somebody wanted this in bronze, provided they can pay for it, you know. So this one was done from a model that I had, and she was a very young model, but she was absolutely gorgeous, and I like the idea of a good screw, and this is a piece of steelwork that I had in the studio, and it all went together.
These are quite big.
This is a life-size piece that I did of a girl called Jocelyn, who was this large.
So it's one size. It's original size.
Yes, original size. She was 6 foot, and in her shoes she was 6'4", I think. As you see, bigger than me. And that's with her legs spread. So, know that she's a very famous model now, but when I did this, which was quite a few years ago, she was just up and coming, and now she goes all around the world modelling for various people, various photographers.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the small ones. The ones I'm doing now are with a hoop, because I've got a model called Em, who is an aerialist, and she does all this work, and the ones in the window as well.
Turn around. Oh, let me see, yeah.
And she can actually get into these positions.
So you're making a photograph of her, and then...
Yes, photograph and then measurements. I take detailed measurements of her. Because I used to be an engineer, I tend to approach sculpture as very geometrically. So I take a lot of measurements of the models and lots of photographs from all directions. So I'll take a photograph every way round. No, I usually start with an armature, which is a wire that is inside.
Yeah.
And then I put the wax or the clay on the armature and it builds it up.
It must take hours too.
It does, yes. It takes a lot of time. But the thing is, once you've got the piece, you can then make a mould of it, a silicon rubber mould, and then you can turn out a lot of them. So the amount of time it takes originally to do it is counteracted by the time that you can sell it lots of times, you know.
You have a website?
Yes, lgsculpture.co.uk.
Well, this is the second exhibition you joined with the Guild? Or
Third one I did, yes.
Any other exhibition this year or for the next year you plan to do?
I'm doing an exhibition in Milton Keynes in end of November, but that's a non-erotic exhibition. Some of my garden pieces are going into an exhibition. Over the last 30 years I've sold it everywhere, and there's some pieces that went to...
like US, Russia?
Yeah, a few pieces, but it's mainly in this country that I sell.
Okay, thank you.